Miremba had always been a quiet, unassuming girl. She was quite the homebody, and the men in her village agreed she would be an amazing wife. When she was a teenager, her parents started talking about agreeing for her to marry an older man, saying that she would attract a good bride price. She was startled. She didn't want to be married. For many nights she couldn't sleep, dreading what her future might become. She started skipping school to go trading in a market far enough away for her parents not to find out. She hid the money in her room. She threw away the letters from her school. The following year, her parents announced they had found her a husband who was offering a very high bride price. She knew the time was now. She had just enough money to get to England and to stay in a cheap youth hostel for a little while. While her parents were sleeping, she packed her things, took her money and left. In the hostel, she shared a dormitory to save money. One of the other girls in the dormitory was Nakamura. Nakamura had also come to England because she didn't want to marry. She told Miremba she preferred women. This surprised Miremba. Over time, they became closer, going to church and the market together each Sunday. One time, Nakamura took Miremba to a bar where all the women preferred women. On the way back to the hostel, they kissed for the first time. When Nakamura was allowed to work, she got a job, and her and Miremba got a small flat together. Miremba claimed asylum because she wanted to be with Nakamura, not an old man back home. Nakamura said she was worried Miremba might find it difficult to convince them because she looked so feminine and didn't socialize with other lesbians. All of this made Miremba very nervous. The bar they had been nice, but the nightlife in England was intimidating, and she wasn't sure she would fit in. She trusted Nakamura, though. So she started to go out dancing with her in some of the less intimidating bars. She went to her first Pride parade in Brighton. It was overwhelming at times, but in the end she enjoyed it. They even found an LGBT+ church group that did coffee mornings. She found that better than the bars. Nakamura made sure she always took lots of photos, uploaded them to social media, and tagged Miremba in everything. When Miremba met her caseworker, she was no longer surprised to be told that she didn't look like a lesbian. While the idea of someone looking like a lesbian seemed silly to her, she knew that they would try to find a way to prove that she wasn't and send her home. She showed them all the photos of her and Nakamura. She even showed them one a friend of theirs took of them kissing at Pride. The caseworker took copies of all of the photos, and next time they met, she seemed to believe Miremba was a lesbian. Remember, your caseworker needs to decide if they believe you are LGBT+. This is especially important if you are not obviously LGBT+, for example, if you are a masculine man or a feminine woman. Make sure you engage with the LGBT+ community in England and have a lot of evidence, like photographs, to back your claim.